What is up, my fellow Harley riders? This is the Perpetuating Party of Patriots, and today we have a bit of a different type of video. Most of my videos on here revolve around like certain topics, like media, games, TV shows, cartoons, those types of stuff, and like collection videos and stuff. But I don't think I've ever really done a story time type of video. Yeah, and I felt like I don't know why, but I felt like talking about this today. Yeah, this is probably one of the most one of the worst stories that I've experienced, or one of the worst times that I've experienced, or things. Sorry, but I don't know how to fucking say it. But yeah, this is what really made me realize that some teachers are fake as fuck when they talk about bullying. But yeah. Anyways, to set the tone or for some context for when the story happened. It was after I graduated from the sixth grade, or moved on from the sixth grade, and I just got out of my first year of middle school. And I went to summer school. Unfortunately, it was a misguided choice. I actually am completely against going to summer school for the most part. But my stepmom at the time, whether my mom and dad aren't together again, or aren't together anymore with my real dad, but yeah, pretty much. She asked if I wanted to go to summer camp, which she tends to mix up a lot of stuff, and turns out what I actually wanted to sign up for, or what I actually ended up signing up for, was summer school. And unfortunately, my stepmom at the time was a bit of a control freak, and when I simply asked it that I did told her that I didn't want to go there, she pretty much just forced me to go there, and it was like, come on, it's only for 3 weeks. But uh yeah, and I only went through like the first couple days, and you'll get to understand why in a minute. But one of the classes I did was my gym teacher and my science teacher had like a combo class, and we had a couple students there. It was mainly like a science experiment type of class, and we'd go outside and do stuff and other stuff. And there was this thing that I learned about in that class called geocaching. And you asking what geocaching is, I don't remember a whole lot about what it was. I think you had these things, and they like directed you to find like certain items or something, and like things. It kind of like a time capsule type thing. I don't really fully remember though, because I mean this was almost 4 years ago. So yeah, but I ended up getting paired with this kid. I don't want to reveal his name because I think that I don't want to end up unintentionally doxing someone. But yeah, he was kind of like a kid I first met in the sixth grade. But yeah, another student that was in my science class, I guess you'd say, for summer school was a let's just say a bit of a childhood bully. I have had a lot of really bad experiences with this little faggot, but yeah. If you're asking what he's done multiple stuff. Like put in this dates all the way back to first grade, by the way. He's done multiple stuff like pinch me, shove me, pretty much just push me down, and in all reality, he's a really little weak fucking dickhead. Like, he's not strong at all, but I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit of a pacifist back then, and I didn't really fight because out of fear of getting in trouble. But on this day, I must have fucking snapped. But now, time to talk about what was really happening. Me and my partner were just fucking around and shit, pretty much trying to find where the fuck to go. And this bully I talked about was talking about like some clown incident. In 2016, there was some incident with like clowns running around and people going missing and stuff. And this was the story took place in 2017, but when he started bringing up the clowns, I think I cracked like a joke or something, saying, "Hey, 2016 called. They want their clowns back," or something like. It really, I really don't know how you could really get offended by that, but yeah. For some reason, after I cracked that joke, he kind of just wanted to beat my ass, I guess you'd say, or he literally threw me or pushed me on the ground and got on top of me. Now, like I said, I've kind of just had, well, not just kind of, I had enough of his shit that he'd done up to that point, so I decided to reverse him and pin him down for a bit. I didn't like straight up punch him or anything, because then, you know how some teachers are, but yeah, once he got up, once he got freed, he full on slapped me across the face. Yeah, I think it's funny that it's a slap because I guess in punching is way too. I don't fucking know, but yeah. And that point, I snapped too because I threw the little geocache locator I had right at him, and it hit him right on the back of the neck. So yeah, and I mean like straight up, just decked him in the fucking neck. Or I doubt it hurt that much, but yeah, it landed pretty spot on. But then the little geocache locator, from the looks of it, it just simply landed in a certain place. But what ended up happening was we ended up going back to the teachers, and the science teacher I told you about, he asked where my geocache locator was, and I didn't really know where it was, so he told me and I think that bully to go back and find it. And I'm not gonna lie, back then I used to cry quite a bit, and I started crying out of fear of getting in trouble, like serious trouble, and like the geocache locator costs like $200, I think. And the bully decided to be a little bit of a, I guess you could say, emotional manipulator, and was like, "Hey, don't cry, you'll be okay." And then I don't know what else happened from there, at least about the crying part, but I told the science teacher full on what he did to me, and then this guy, this little faggot, it's the same bully I told you about, but yeah, he said, "Oh, he pinned me," and then the guy started looking at me sideways. Now, do I think pinning him down was necessarily the best course of action I could have done there? I'm not one to, I don't really think so, but I was just telling him that it was straight up out of self defense, and that he was trying to hit me first. But the meme, you know, the one meme where the one joke where like the bully beats up the kid and the teacher does nothing about it, but when the kid fights back, they're like, "Oh, you're not allowed to do that shit." That's pretty much what happened there. And then he told me alone to search for the little geocache locator, and then he decides to go full on war general when talking with me. He was like, "How would you react if we took you to the head room, or I don't know what fucking room he's talking about, but yeah, how would you react if we set you up on this thing and hit you with a paddle and made your parents watch?" And uh, admittedly, that's kind of fucked up, admittedly, but yeah, then he brought up some offers, and this is where the little bully comes back into play. Uh, Once we'd kind of got this little thing kind of situated out, or more so just we kind of stopped talking about it. This little shithead, the bully who was like, "Hey, it's gonna be okay." I got this guy fucking saying, just pinning all the blame onto me to some other kid, and I don't know why the fuck I walked with him. I was weird back then, but yeah, pretty much he's pinning all the fucking blame on me and saying, "You gotta pay for this stuff." And I'm like, "Dude, you fucking caused me to lead up to this situation." But, yeah, that's pretty much where most of the story ends. Then I get back from school, and I just kept telling him I'd find some way to pay for it. Not because, okay, I'm just gonna be honest, I wasn't gonna pay for it, but I just wanted this guy to shut the fuck up, so I just told him that stuff to shut him up. But yeah, then I ended up going back to my house, and I told my dad like exactly what happened, and apparently he was actually on my side in the situation. Like basically, mainly because of how my science teacher took care of the whole situation. But yeah, this is where my stepmom comes into play, and I think he kind of, and I think she kind of just made a little argument about my stepbrother at the time. Again, that's kind of where the vague memories come into play. But uh, yeah, although I guess the happy ending, at least happy to me, is she actually, my stepmom now. I still don't really like her that much, and there's a reason why my dad and her broke up. But yeah, thankfully the positive thing about this is that they set up a little altercation, and I didn't end up having to pay for the cash thing. But about that thing, I just to close this off. For some reason, even though I vividly remember where it fucking landed, I'm guessing some fucking little nut goblins just fucking snatched it up out of thin air or something, and they ended up running off with it. Because, holy fuck, it's like someone used magic to make that thing disappear. But, yeah, I just decided to tell you guys about this little story that happened to me back in summer school, and one of the reasons why I've never gone back to summer school. Because, I mean, not only could stuff like that happen, but it's, it's just more school, I guess you'd say, and I don't know, the things that happen there aren't really that fun anyway, but, oh yeah, I figure I might as well close this off, actually, with this. My mom still tried to force me to go to summer school, even after that altercation, so I'm not gonna lie, I did, it did a, fuck you to her, and just slept in and intentionally missed the bus there. And for some reason, even though she was pretty I don't know, I think it starts with a V, but I don't know how to say it. But even though she sounded pretty certain on me going there, she pretty much just let me slide throughout the whole thing, which I don't fucking get that in the slightest. But yeah, anyway, that was just a little bit of a summer school story that I wanted to tell you guys. And if you guys have any comments on the story, that is this story's the best of my memory. If you guys have any comments about it, feel free to leave in the comments section. But anyway, guys, see you in the next video.